What's up YouTube? KM888 here with another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you guys. Now, this battle features a final round of the Golden Magikarp Tournament between myself and a good friend of mine named Sebastian. Now, we both won our first battles, which you can all see on our channels. For my battle, you can even click the annotations above this video in the Ask Hiram Black kinda option. Now Sebastian, he also has a YouTube channel with Pokemon battles, of course, so certainly check his channel out. He's a great guy. He also posted his side of the battle already, so that might actually be interesting to watch, to see both our kind of points of views and stuff. I'll also post some links down in the description below so you can easily find his channel and that video. Now as you will already see, I'm using a fancy new layout for the first time in this video, which also has been recorded, by the way, with a 3DS capture card, but I'll give those credits at the end of the video, so make sure to watch until the end. Now, I think I've rambled on long enough, so let's get into the team preview. I'm using the same team as in the last 5 rounds. Paraflinching Togekiss, Landorus T as my physical wall, Kyurem B is actually my wall breaker, then there's Mega Scizor, Scarf Rotom W, and Special Defensive Heatran. Now, for my opponent's team, Sebastian decided to bring a Venusaur, which obviously is Mega, a Bronzong, an Aegislash, Conkeldurr, Slowbro, and Hydreigon. Now, looking at that team, my first priority will be that Conkeldurr. Nothing on my team really appreciates getting hit by it. Togekiss gets hit by an Ice Punch and everything else takes massive damage from a Drain Punch, so yeah. Also Landorus gets killed by an Ice Punch actually. So yeah, I have to watch out for that. After the Conkeldurr, the Aegislash and the Slowbro are probably going to be my main threats. They are going to be really annoying. For the rest, Venusaur, Bronzong and Hydreigon shouldn't have too much troubles with it, but you'll see that in the battle. Now, as I said, the Conkeldurr is going to be my priority, and so I'm also going to predict my opponent to lead off with it. And because of that, I'm actually going to lead off with my Togekiss. Now, let the battle start, I'd say. As I said, I'm going to lead off with my Togekiss, and my opponent's going to lead off with the Hydreigon, actually. Fearing either a substitute or the possible switch into Bronzong or Conkeldurr, I'm not going to go for the T-Wave, I'm just going to go for the Dazzling Gleam instead. And if he wants to stay in, that's good for me. He's going to die from it, so yeah. Now, as you saw, he went for the U-turn, and that's actually really good for me because he's gonna take Rocky helmet damage and he's gonna switch out into the Conkeldurr, which is amazing for me. That thing is also weak to Dazzling Gleam and it takes a massive amount of damage from it, and that's actually really good because Conkeldurr is, like I said, the most threatening thing on his team. Now at this point he's gonna predict another Dazzling Gleam or Air Slash, and he's gonna save Conkeldurr for later. He knows it's important to save that, and he's gonna switch out into the Bronzong. I don't want to paralyze this thing yet, so I'm gonna go into my Scizor, which in my eyes is going to wall this thing a bit at least. At this point he's gonna set up a light screen. I don't really mind, I have the defog and I could go for it, but I don't, because I think he's gonna set up the Reflect, and I went for the Bullet Punch right here just so he could set up the Reflect and I can go for the defog later on. But he just flat out switches into the Slowbro, and that's bad for me because at this point I don't want to stay in. If he hits me with his Scald and he burns me, that's really bad, so I have no other choice than to switch out, or in this case go for the U-turn to switch out. I didn't went for the defog, so I have to watch out for the light screen because it's still up. Now, as I said, I think the Slowbro is gonna go for that Scald, and as you can see, I switch into Togekiss. It doesn't matter if this thing gets burned, and he does get the burn. So if I stayed in with the Scizor, my Scizor would be burned, and I would have been really bad. Now Togekiss is in, and I just want to paralyze this Slowbro. It is annoying, as I said in the beginning of the video, and I just want to paralyze it. In comes the Conkeldurr. At this point, it doesn't really matter anymore if he gets the Guts boost. I can just kill it afterwards with the Dazzling Gleam of the Air or the Air Slash. So yeah, Conkeldurr is now paralyzed. Doesn't matter, I just have to watch out for Mach Punches in the future, and like I said, I'm just gonna try and kill it. I'm gonna stay in, gonna go for the Air Slash, get a little Paraflinching going on, but he predicts that nicely and he goes for the he goes into the Aegislash, which I Dazzling Gleam. Now, not really the best of things at this point. Aegislash kinda walls me, so I have to switch out and I go into my Landorus. It is my physical wall, so why not, right? I got off the Intimidate, Aegislash's defense attack drops, and he's actually gonna predict my switch and go for the Sacred Sword. Now, I don't know why he went for that. I think Iron Head would have been better either way, unless he wanted to hit something like my Scizor or my Heatran, but I'm not gonna switch out into that. So yeah, at this point I just predicted his switch, because why would you stay in on Landorus? I have the Earthquake, King Shield isn't gonna affect that, but he predicts that actually really nicely and he goes for the King Shield, drops my attack, which is bad. And here I think, oh, I don't know which item he has, so let me go for the knockoff. And he has the weakness policy, so I'm not doing that much damage, and he gets +2 attack and +2 special attack, which is amazing for him, and he's doing massive damage with that Iron Head, so that's really bad for my Landorus. Now, I can't do much at this point against the Aegislash, so the only thing I can do is actually go for the Earthquake, and he's gonna go for the King Shield, just go into defense form again. And as you see, the Earthquake actually does about 40 to 45% something. So if I didn't go for the U-turn before and I just went for some Earthquakes, this Aegislash wouldn't have been able to kill my Landorus. But that didn't matter anymore right now, so, and he actually killed me, so yeah. Now in comes Kyurem. It's, in my eyes, it's the only thing that can actually take a hit and kill the Aegislash from this range, so I had to go into it, and yeah, I just go for the Earth Power. He goes for the King Shield, trying to scout a bit what I'm gonna do. And he's actually gonna switch out now into his Hydreigon. I think if he went for the Shadow Sneak, he would have done a massive amount of damage to my Kyurem, but he switched out, so yeah, that's his choice at that point. I still think the Shadow Sneak would have been a little bit better, so yeah. Now Hydreigon gets hit by the Earth Power because I have Terra Volt, which is like Mold Breaker, and at this point I'm gonna predict either the Draco Meteor or the Fire move, so I'm gonna go into my Togekiss. Kinda, maybe as Death Father in case he went for the Fire move, but he does go for the Draco Meteor, which is amazing for me because I can go for the Roost right now safely. I'm almost back to full because of it. Now he goes into Bronzong. That thing also walls my Togekiss quite a bit. Steel types are annoying for Togekiss. I could run a Fire move, but then I would have to sacrifice one of my other four moves, and I don't really want that. Now, as I said, Bronzong isn't really a problem. I can just go into my Scizor and basically defog away everything that this thing has. I've seen the Stealth Rocks, I've seen the Light Screen, I've seen the Reflect. Scizor can just defog everything away. Now, I don't know that thing's last move yet, so I still have to watch out in case it is like Gyro Ball or Psychic or Earthquake or something. I still don't know that. Now Aegislash comes in. I'm gonna predict the King Shield here, just to drop my attack, so I'm gonna flat out switch, and I'm gonna go into my Rotom thinking the Volt Switch would kill this thing. And I go for it, and it doesn't kill, so I have to go into something to take a hit, and I'm thinking that either he goes for the Iron Head or he goes for the Secret Sword. I'm gonna go into my Togekiss just to get off that Rocky Helmet damage, so the Aegislash would actually kill himself. And thank God for me, that's actually a bit lucky. He goes for the Sacred Sword, and that doesn't do anything to my Togekiss, and he's gonna kill himself with the Rocky Helmet damage. So if he went for the Iron Head, my Togekiss would have died here. But I think I would have had enough to kill his other things, so yeah. Now in comes the Slowbro, and I know that Slowbro can't do much against my Togekiss, so I'm just gonna stall this thing out for a bit. As you saw, Scald didn't do a thing. He probably went for Scald predicting my Roost, so Ice Beam wouldn't do as much. And yeah, he played that really nice. Now I go for the Thunder Wave right here just to paralyze the Slowbro for future cases. And he goes for the Ice Beam, predicting that at this point, but it only does like 40 to 50%. So I know that my Togekiss can easily roost it off again. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do, of course. So he predicts my Roost at this point, really nice, and he's gonna go into his Ding Dong, the Magical Bronzong again. If you saw his videos, you know he calls this thing Ding Dong the Magical Bronzong. It's a really cool name actually. Now Shiny Bronzong's again in the field, but my Togekiss is almost at full health, so I'm just gonna switch out. And I'm gonna go into my Scizor again, and he actually predicts that really nicely, and he pulls off a double switch straight into the Hydreigon. Now at this point we're both a bit in a dilemma because we both don't know if Bullet Punch is going to kill from this range, and I think he wanted to scout if I went for the attack and if I went for the Bullet Punch, because then he would know that I think I could kill him, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure myself, so I'm gonna put the damage calculation on top with Ask Hiram, and you can see that off during the battle. Now I switch in my Heatran actually because I predicted anything from the Hydreigon, and my Heatran can actually take that. In comes the Bronzong. That's really nice for me. I could go for the Lava Plume and I did some damage. I didn't want to go for my Stealth Rocks because I know that as long as the Bronzong is alive, there will be a point in time where I have to defog with my Scizor. Now in comes a Slowbro, and I know I can't switch in my Scizor at this point, so I'm actually gonna go for the Stealth Rocks, because if I can't switch in my Scizor, I can just as well do some damage to his pokes in the meantime, right? Now I got a bit lucky because the Slowbro did get paralyzed at that point, but I don't think that my Heatran would have taken that much damage. It is a special defensive Heatran after all. Now I'm gonna switch out into my Rotom, not into Togekiss this time because I feared if he predicted that and went for the Ice Beam, then my Togekiss would have bitten the dust. It's only at about 55%, take 25% from the Stealth Rock. If he went for Ice Beam, Togekiss would have died, and also with the burn, even if he went for Scald, that would have been really close. So I actually went to Rotom, I took a burn. Doesn't really matter, Rotom is one of the least important members of the team right now, seeing as what he has left. I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch, and he switches out into his Venusaur. Now Venusaur is a really big threat to most teams, but I have some ways to get around it. You'll see that right here. And since I have a kind of free switch, I'm actually gonna go into my Togekiss right here, and I'm gonna go for the Air Slash. Now he Mega Evolves, shiny Mega Venusaur. It's really cool Pokemon. And I'm gonna go for the Air Slash, like I said, and it's actually gonna do about 40 to 50%, and I do get a flinch, so it's really awesome. Now at this point I'm gonna go for the Roost, predicting him to switch out, but it doesn't do that. I mean, I could have killed him right here with the Air Slash, but I think it would have been a close one. Of course he has a sight on his HP bar and I don't, so maybe he knew that he could live. But anyway, I thought I could kill, and I predicted the switch, and I was wrong because of it. He actually goes for the Leech Seed, and he gets back a lot of health because of it. Now at this point, I just want to go for 2 Air Slashes in a row and kill the Venusaur, but that's not gonna happen because he's gonna switch out into his Ding Dong again. Like I said, this Pokemon can just take on Togekiss all day, all night. Bronzong is gonna take this Air Slash like a champ, and he's gonna get all that HP back from the Leech Seed. So yeah, it's not really good. At this point, Togekiss is really low, but I can't stay in. I have a perfect chance here to go into my Scizor and go for the Defog again. The Stealth Rocks will be off the field right then, and this Reflect that he sets up will also be off the field. I also will get rid of my own Stealth Rocks, but I don't think that matters a lot because most of his things are really low already, and I'm pretty sure that I can start KOing things as it is. Now he actually goes into his Hydreigon and takes a little bit of Stealth Rock damage, and that's really awesome for me because now that all the rocks are gone, he still took that bit of damage, and now I can kill it with the Bullet Punch. And from now on I can just switch out into things like my Togekiss, my Rotom, without fear that I get KO'd by the Stealth Rocks, plus an attack, so that's really good. Now he's gonna switch into Conkeldurr, and again I'm not sure if I can kill with the Bullet Punch from this range, so I'm just gonna go for the U-turn and switch out, and I'm gonna Death Father my Togekiss right here. Now, as you can see, he went from 40 to 45% all the way down to 25, and because of this Drain Punch, which doesn't kill my Togekiss, Togekiss is so bulky, and the Rocky Helmet damage, he's actually going to go even less. So he's now at about 15%, I think, and I can get a free switch again into my Scizor, and from this range I can actually kill the Conkeldurr with Bullet Punch. I knew this from beforehand. In my thoughts, I thought that Scizor would do about 20% to 25% with Bullet Punch. I didn't know how much of that was true, but I was basing myself on that. So yeah, I also put a damage calculation of those things with the Ask Kyurem. You'll just have to read it. Now Slowbro comes in. I'm gonna go for the U-turn. Gonna do massive damage to that Slowbro. Again, I did about 50%, so that's really good. And I'm just gonna go into my Rotom. Now again, just as before, I have a free switch right here, and I'm gonna use it to go straight for that Volt Switch. Really good. Slowbro switches out, probably to get some Regenerator again, and he's gonna go into his Bronzong again. Now I don't have much troubles with Bronzong. He only has the Bronzong, the Slowbro, and the Venusaur left, and his Bronzong actually lives. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and finish the battle right here. I'm gonna go into my Kyurem. It's the end of the game. No Stealth on the field. Kyurem is gonna go in with almost full HP. And at this point, I'm gonna go for the Earth Power. Terravolt negates Bronzong's Levitate, so the Bronzong is gonna die from it, from an Earth attack. So it's really cool. Now Slowbro comes in, almost full health. I'm just gonna go for that Fusion Bolt. I know it's not gonna kill, but I also know that I'm gonna come really close to it. Now, as you can see, it did about 90%, I think, and he can go for the Scald. Now, if he would have gotten the burn, he could have actually dragged this battle out a lot longer, because he could have played Switch Game with Venusaur and actually got back a lot of his health with Regenerator, but he didn't get the burn, so I was really lucky for me. And I just went for another Fusion Bolt and KO to Slowbro, and now Venusaur is gonna come in and that thing's gonna die to an Ice Beam. So that's all really awesome. Terravolt also negates the Thick Fat from the Venusaur, so it's not gonna live this Ice Beam. As you can see, it's a straight kill. So yeah, that was the battle. It was a really good match, 4-0 in my favor, and I certainly hope for a rematch. So Sebastian, if you ever want a rematch, just ask for it. I'll be there. Now for the credits, I really have to thank my opponent Sebastian, because he actually recorded this with his 3DS capture card. He has one, and he made it possible for me to have this video file, so I could edit it. Really thanks for you, Sebastian. Really check that guy out, he's awesome. For the chance to use a video editor, I also want to thank a good friend of mine, Super Dude. He also has a channel. I'll put it down in the description box so you can all see it. He actually gave me Sony Vegas Pro 11 to use as a video editor, and he also helped me with audio recording. Really cool guy. Now for the layout, I also want to thank some friends from Facebook, but I'm not gonna call them out, all of them, because there were a lot, and they helped me with giving some tips and some adjustments that I should do to make it all look nicer. And one guy also helped me a bit with building the layer, because I had some problems and he helped me. So yeah, I also want to thank them all. Really cool guys and girls, so yeah. Now also for this video, if you liked it, put those thumbs up, make a comment below, I really like those, and subscribe to my channel for more content if you want to see that. So yeah, that was about it, and see you in the next battle, I guess. So yeah, bye.